Oh, oh, it's all on now. Wonderful. So I have some really, really good news for you all in that. Um, do you remember all of that material about 12-strand DNA activation? Well, as it turns out, the dark side knew about it too. And those guys, being who they are, they set up to block it. And this is the mission that our team was given this evening, is to take down the grid that is specifically designed to block DNA activations through humankind. Now, if you've been watching all of the solar activity, it's been a huge amount. Like, if you haven't seen, we've never had more solar. There's more solar flares in the last 2 or 3 years than there have been since they started recording what happens in the sun. And just today, we had an X-class flare, which is a big one, about 16 hours ago, and we had another one about 90 minutes ago. And these are big influxes of data, just like fiber optics. Light is information. We are being bombarded with light or information. The information is designed to upgrade our DNA, to expand our DNA, and to maximize what it is to be human. Now, just what is it, like 40 minutes ago or something like this, we took down the grid designed to block that DNA upgrade. And so now that we're at a critical phase, now that these solar flares are coming thick and fast, and I expect they'll come even faster. I expect that this will continue to ramp up. I don't know how much longer it's going to keep going crazy like this, but let's get used to it for the time being. Now, there's dust on my webcam. Is that what I said? Yeah. There you go. Thanks for that one. Um, I hope I look 10% more handsome now. The Yeah, the point was that there is a location on Earth that was a large, large, large library structure, and it was designed to suppress information. And the information that our DNA can do this, our DNA can do that, our DNA can do this, our DNA can do that. And Earthling's DNA is quite special in a lot of ways. It is probably one of the most sought after commodities in the galaxy. And the galaxy is known as a place where DNA is a tradable commodity. Like, it's a field of study. It's a field of interest for every single species. And so, since our blood's been melded with so many different alien species, and it all works and it all fits together, what that means is that we're actually quite special in that regard. And so the dark side, of course, set out to suppress this. Of course they did. Now, what was really interesting is, as we started to dismantle this global structure, we found, of course, that it led to something halfway across the galaxy. And it was an enormous caterpillar-like being. And its job was as a librarian. It was to collect and to study the DNA of species from all over the galaxy. Now, of course, I blew its head off very, very quickly. That's like my talent, is the astral military work. That's my role in the team, is to make sure that everybody's safe, and that including the enemies of the Earth. But what I realized is that was the being who sent out emissary teams to study all of I'll say it better than that. He would send out teams all over the galaxy so that they could study our DNA. And so he was, the one who sent a lot of the DNA manipulators here to Earth. Their science teams were here to manipulate human DNA. And so what I did was I puppeteered what remained of his body and recalled the the teams that he had sent here. So his emissaries, his agents, are now en route back to, well, his dead body. I also put a call out across the entire galaxy as a recall for those teams to return to their point of origin, which is somewhere out there in the inky blackness. So in the next, we've just received 2 X-class solar flares, which is a very, very big deal. It means that the next few days are going to be weird. We are in a drink lots of water, and it sounds trite, but you know, we're an electromagnetic being, and a lot of that electricity travels through water. There's 70% of our body's water, so make sure you give those charges a clean pathway and drink enough water, because if you're going to absorb these upgrades perfectly, you're going to need a lot of water. But prepare yourself for a few weird days and for DNA to upgrade at a very much accelerated pace to anything we've seen before. The infrastructure used to prevent human evolution through the upgrades of our DNA has now been taken down. So that's my 2 cents. Like, that's this one's a bit time sensitive, so that's why you get it as a what do you call this, as a live rather than just another video. But my love to you all, and may the force be with you. Stay well. Bye bye.